Today's video, we're gonna do something a little different, and we're really excited to introduce to you and highlight a CrossFit Games champion. They have a dynamic that's very similar to Patrick and I as a husband and wife, and their story is so inspiring and so motivating. They did such a good job sharing their story with us. We're gonna let them share it with you. Currently, I'm sure you guys see I'm not at the gym. I'm in our recently finished DIY home yoga studio. I like to say yoga because that's where I do a lot of my stretching and my recovering, a lot of my muscle scraping to make sure that I can recover from all the work that I've done. It's been a pretty heavy leg week and my forearms are pretty smoked, so spending some time down here just scraping those muscles so I can unlock the movement and feel pretty good. Milo, he likes it down here too. It's pretty chill. He likes to get some good naps. If you guys are interested, he just breathes so loud. If you guys are interested in how we finished this room, what we did, we'd love to share that with you. Some of the stuff that's in here, just giving it this really relaxing and calming vibe. So it's a place that I can come, I can relax, I can stretch, I can exhale, and I can recover with my muscle scraping tools. Before we dive into the story, first, a word from today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by LMNT. Electrolytes are essential minerals that are vital to many key functions of the body. Electrolytes must be maintained in a balance for your body to function properly. LMNT is a zero-sugar electrolyte drink mix containing everything you need and nothing you don't. That means a lot of salt with no sugar. When you sweat, you can use up to 7 grams per day of sodium. When or if your sodium is not replaced, you can experience headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and more. LMNT contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams per sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium per packet. It's perfectly formulated to help anyone and everyone with their electrolyte needs. So whether you're hitting the gym for a hardcore workout, taking your kids to the park, taking your dog for a walk, maybe just recovering from a few drinks you had the night before, LMNT is your perfect go-to for an electrolyte ratio. Right now, LMNT is offering my subscribers a free sample pack with any order. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any LMNT order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share LMNT with a salty friend. So make sure you head to drinklmnt.com/ChristyErmo. This deal is only available through my link. So it's drinklmnt.com/ChristyErmo to get your free sample pack today. And now the reigning, defending 2022 CrossFit Games champion,
Rudolph Berger!
With kids, with a full-time job, like how I think a lot of people are curious, like how do you get as fit as you are, and make time for that, because that's really what it comes down to, is making time for it.
I think like the first thing is if it's like a real big priority, you will figure out a way. Yep. And then you just have to take things off your plate that are not supporting that priority. And so that's kind of where it all started. He has a full-time job. And you have been in pretty demanding roles recently.
Yeah.
Our 2 kids have a busy schedule with work, so we don't have a set training schedule, but we usually have a session in the morning right when we put the kids on the bus.
Yep.
And then depending on how long his lunch hour can be, we try to sneak something else in, and then an evening session.
Yep.
Naturally, it was just like a really cool way to stay fit. We have 2 young kids, so taking them to sports and trying to be a good example as we see them grow. Not too long after starting CrossFit, we both really got into it, but Rudy started just discovering that he was really good at it. It just kind of came natural to him. Fast forward about 7 years, he was about to turn 40. And I was trying to think of a cool gift idea to celebrate, that new milestone that he was getting into. And so I said, what if we get to train with Scott Panchik? He had just retired just shortly before that. So I was like, hey, he probably has a little extra time and he would entertain this idea. So reached out to him, super amazing guy and family. And as part of that, he had a Zoom call.
And so we get on the Zoom call with Scott, and I'm telling him my experience and sharing a little bit about some of the benchmark workouts and times and stuff. And he's kind of like, you're good. You're like a good CrossFitter. You can do well. And so we keep talking, and I was sharing him some rowing times, some benchmark times, and he's like, wow, like you're gonna win the CrossFit Games.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so nice.
I'm like, oh, that's he's a nice guy, you know, he's making me feel good.
So
so he actually called it in December this
last year. You know, going up there to mentality and training with Scott was amazing. I mean, he learned a ton from, you know, a technical perspective, but for myself as a coach, I feel like I got just as much because I soaked everything in and I started to see things through his eyes and then look for what, you know, takeaways that I could apply back home. But the most important thing that happened during that time was that Scott said, if you're serious about this, the first thing you need to do is say it and say it out loud because it's a commitment and it's accountability. And he kept reminding us that you have to stay focused on the task on hand. You know, you don't get carried away to thinking about the games. The next step you have is quarterfinals, and how do you prepare to have, you know, your best shot at it. So we really stay true to that. Again, you know, we're new to the sport from a competitive perspective, so learning the recording, video submission processes, all the rules, all the things. I mean, we have like our friends / camera crew that, you know, I was like, I don't trust 2 cameras or 3. We need 4. And you guys have to read the rules because I don't trust myself to be the only one knowing the rules.
We absolutely had a media team for each of the qualifier workouts. And we had, you know, usually 30 or 40 people would show up at our gym to cheer me on and just wanted to be part of that experience. And so, you know, I would be doing the workout and I'd be focused on everything and I only had to worry about what I was doing because when that and the media team were like, they're doing all the recording, they're telling me what to do. It was a community effort is really what it was. And in that experience is, you know, that's one of the highlights of just deciding to try to do this and getting that community fully support and invest in everything.
For sure.
It was overwhelming, like emotional, like all the feels. Like it was incredible.
The Choctaws community has seen him grow from the very first time he entered the gym. So it felt like an investment from everybody because they were like, gosh, Rudy crushes workouts here at the gym. Let's see what he can do at a bigger stage. So everybody just wanted to be part of that, you know, success story.
And one thing I'll point out is what I heard from the community was they liked to watch us. I mean, I was obviously doing the workout, but like they knew how much both of us were like a team and invested. And I mean, she wanted it more than I did at times. And people gave us all that feedback, like, "Oh my gosh, you two are like this couple that's tackling this thing." Because obviously, I couldn't have done nearly any of this without her. So.
It was just really cool to see the person that you love the most put himself out there and go after something. And it's like, what can I do? Because I will do anything I can to make that happen. And with that, we laugh now, but you know, 3, 2, 1, go. It's like, well, here goes something. My job is to count the reps and to make sure he knows where he's going next. But like the work is on him. So it was this relief after the workout was done that it's like, I knew I did my part. He certainly did his part. So now we know that we did the best. And in practicality, I can't ask for a better role model for our kids. And to see that, you know, no matter what, you know, you had a challenging event and a rough kind of ending to that event, but you shook it off and you attacked the next one with the same positive attitude as if you would have done really well. And like we tell that to our kids pretty much every time we're going to practice or a sporting event, but to see them to see their dad do it is actually what matters. You know, it's not what you say. So I think out of all the fitness and all the health that we're getting out of this experience is just as much as important as being able to be good role models for our families and, you know, anybody that we can impact.
Yeah, we took some time off after the games, and then you sat me down. You're like, all right, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, you're going to do this again? And we're like, yeah, of course we're going to do this again. And then take advantage of the momentum and do some, you know, off-season competitions and get more competitive experience.
We're here today just working on some things that we want to get better at. And we're leaning on people like Christy and Pat to help us just address those things and get better every day. So can't say it enough. We're thankful for everybody that's been part of our journey, and we
Yeah.
hope that this is a journey that keeps going for a while.
Absolutely.